Hey, how's it going, Habibis? I'm feeling a little under the weather today, but the show must go on. We still have plenty of DM videos and replays to go over. Today, we're going to start off talking about our new going second variant of the deck. I've had a lot of success with it so far. This is from our third round matchup in the Meta Weekly, where we were matched up against Chimera, and we won both games going second. I'm going to show you guys it here. If you guys already saw before I put the hand cover up, because I was streaming when I did this, my hand was Called by the Grave, Diviner, Preparation of Rites, I believe, and Dark Ruler No More. So Dark Ruler No More is one of those new cards that I was talking about for going second. I've added it and I've had a lot of success with it. Our opponent here summoned the Chimera that is going to hand rip during the end phase. So we're going to be starting off our turn with 4 cards. Well, we'll draw and we'll have 5 cards. We draw into Schism, unfortunately. And then here you're going to see there's going to be a little break in the video because I was streaming. And what I did here was they put the Floodgate, the barrier statue. I wanted to set some cards, and I wanted to make sure that my opponent wasn't stream sniping me and didn't see what I set. Because with the Diabels here, you have to set the cards first, and they could pop it. They chose not to pop it. We Dark Rulered them, so now all their monster effects were negated. So because we were kind of able to tactfully play around that Diabels, we're able to start making some plays here. We go Diviner, grab IOC, and they're going to max C us. So that's okay. We're going to use our talents here and take control of any one of their monsters. It really didn't matter, but I took the barrier statue. Well, actually, it did matter. I take that back. It mattered greatly. I took the barrier statue because it was a level 4, so I could go into Baron to floor. And we start to dismantle this board. We activate Baron here to pop their back row, and for some reason they choose to activate their super poly. And if you look at my face, I'm kind of confused because the only thing they could super poly is their own monsters, so that really benefited us. And then once again, they activate the Sinful Spoils of Slumber, which basically is like a Book of Moon, but we're going to negate it. They're going to try to activate their Sword Knight, but it is negated because of the Dark Ruler, and we basically broke their board despite, being under max C. So they're down to a top deck situation, and they draw here, set it, no big deal. We didn't have any disruptions ourselves because we did use our Baron negate, but I felt pretty confident going into that. I remember I was thinking I could have went into Dragoon, but I didn't want to because I was under max C. We pop their Angel statue. We go IOC here, and you're going to see. Now it's just DM plays for the rest of the way. You guys love these. So Rod and Souls. We're going to grab Soul Servant, get some draws here. Magician Souls. I did, at the beginning of this, take out Dark Magician Girl for this tournament. And sadly enough, I ended up regretting it. It did come up later on in the tournament where I could have used Dark Magician Girl, funny enough. If you guys want to see the VOD, it's on my YouTube or my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KingMatty. We get a free draw there from the Soul Servant. We're going to swing here for 6,500 and end our turn. And our opponent's going to scoop from here, basically. They're going to activate Imperm, doesn't do anything. And they scoop. So game 2, the winner gets to decide if they want to go first or second. So they go second. I'm sorry, we go second. They decide to go first. We're going to do the Maxi minigame, and we lost the Maxi minigame, unfortunately. They called by the grave our Maxi, no problem. So here you can see my hand is Ref, Preparation, Quem, and Crossout. And also another time they're going to go into the Chimera Fusion that hand rips at the end phase. So we're going to start off the turn with 3 cards. And our opponent here really likes to do the Floodgate Chimera stuff. So the Diabels is a Floodgate, and as well as the barrier statue. They rip the cross out. Luckily, we still keep Ref, which is good. And then now we're going to do the same thing we did earlier. We set a card, and we debated them, if you guys saw that. I know it was kind of fast. But if you rewind, you'll see we set a card, and they used Diabel's effect to pop that card. Because they learned from last time, but we were able to debate them, luckily. Then we activated our Ref right after that, and we summoned Dragoon. And the rest is basically history. It was a pretty easy dub from there. I know this kind of was a little anticlimactic, but we did tactfully play around the Diabels by setting a card that we did not want at first to get them to force out that pop effect of Diabels. We're going to activate Dragoon here and pop it for game, and GG's. We'll take those. Alright, so you guys saw the Dark Ruler No More do its thing. Now we're going to see our other new going second tech that we put in. So I'll spoil it a little bit here. It's not really like a huge shock. We're going for more board breakers because I feel like Dark Magician does a lot better if we're doing board breakers rather than like 1-for-1 hand trap negates. We still play the hand trap negates, of course, but the board breakers are where it's at. Our opponent has an eventful end phase here. They're going to go Quem. Quem's going to send the Cartesia. Add it right back. Albion, going to get the Brandon High Spirit, activate it. You know, they're doing their thing. What do you guys think about the faceless YouTube videos, huh? We need more of these? Let me know in the comments. So there it is. We draw into Super Poly, and we're going to activate it right away. Super Poly is, along with Dark Ruler, are two of the best board breakers in the game. So right away, they're going to activate Quem because we summoned out of the extra deck to summon their Mirror Jade. We're going to activate Called By, but they got the Crossout Designator here to negate that. So we have to deal with a reactivated Mirror Jade, or a Mirror Jade that has its banish again. We're going to summon Lulu because Grangan all triggered. They're going to get some draws off their regained. That was a very eventful draw phase. Alright, so we go IOC here. IOC is going to grab the souls. We're going to put back the Dark Magician Girl. I decided to keep the Ruby Carbuncle because it's still a normal summon that I could potentially use later on in my turn, depending on what happens. So we're going to activate the Toy Box. Toy Box is going to set our two toys. They're going to negate the draw effect of Magician Souls with the Mercurier. So we're burning through some negates here. We knew they had the Mercurier in their hand. We were able to bait it out. We still have to bait out this Mirror Jade Banish because that's a huge thing to deal with. We're going to add a Quem of our own, and they're going to use their Mirror Jade to banish the Lulu, but they did send Rinbrum. Rinbrum is another disruption, so we got to be careful there. I decide here to not bother going for Cartesia because I figured the safer route was to go Baron given the board situation, and now that I have Baron on the field, I feel confident going into Verte that it won't get stopped by either the Rinbrum or something in the hand. So now we're going to use Dragoon to do his Dragoon stuff. We're going to nuke this field, swing for game. They're going to activate Drew Swarm. We're going to just get our Dragoon a little thicker, and then they're going to try to Rinbrum. I'm going to allow the Rinbrum to come so that Albaz can be summoned. Albaz is going to trigger. They're going to have to discard a card to activate Albaz's effect. We'll let him discard a card, and then we'll activate Baron to Floor, Baron to Dark Magician, and they scoop it up. So all that was started by that Super Poly. Huge board breaker. Alright, so here's another going second one. I think all these duels are going to be going second. Also, I just listened to the playback of that previous duel. I sound like crap, guys. I feel fine, which is funny. I just sound bad. Anyway, so we imperm this Chimera here, and that ends their turn. Very fortunate. Chimera is usually the card you want to imperm against Centurion, but it doesn't always work. So here we have a iteration of a combo that we went over in our combo guide. If you guys haven't seen the combo guide where I go over all the Dark Magician combos, I'll link it above. But you're going to see here, we're going to go into our Toy Soldier and Diviner combo. But we also happen to have the Rainbow Bridge. Our opponent imperms the Magician Souls. It's not a big deal. We're going to send the Rainbow Bridge and Toy Soldier, add Ruby, as well as Secret Village. And then Toy Soldier is going to trigger. So now Toy Soldier allows us to get Toy Box. We're going to go right into Baron to Floor here. Toy Box is going to let us set our Soldier and our Tank. And we're going to use Baron to Dark Magician's effect here to pop the Toy Tank. That's going to allow Toy Tank to summon. And then now we got two bodies on the field to go into Verte. They're going to activate Nib. Doesn't do anything because we have Baron to Dark Magician, negate it, and they scoop it up. So we were going to have Dragoon, Baron, as well as Secret Village there. So easy claps. Alright, so I'm going to go over this duel real quick, and then we'll probably go over the deck list and call it a day. This is a very interesting duel because you're going to see something that you haven't seen yet on any of my YouTube videos since Dragoon was released. And that was a duel where we don't go into Dragoon. We are actually going to win this duel without going into Dragoon. You're going to see here, okay? So we have the setup to go into Dragoon, but they end up trolling us, so we got to pass our turn. Now we're going up against Gimmick Puppet, and Gimmick Puppet is incredibly annoying because it's one of the most ridiculous decks in the game. It's literally just an FTK deck, which is insane. But Super Poly's got our back. We're going to go ahead and get us a Garura real quick. And unfortunately, they're still going to be able to keep playing, but they're not going to be able to FTK us, which is the, well, I guess OTK at this point, but that's the goal, basically. If you can't Ash their, what's it called? I forgot which one it is. This one. If you can't Ash the Gimmick Puppet Rogue Doll, then you just want to try your best to stay alive. So they're going to try to just inflict as much damage to us as possible. No problemo. Do your thing, man. These kind of decks are the worst because they're just long combos where you're just watching them play for hours and they're just trying to FTK you. And of course, you know, he doesn't read Toy Box's effect, so we get a free Toy Soldier summon. We get to burn through some negates here. We burn through the Droplet, which is excellent. They go into their Chimera doll. And set up one more disruption. So this one, if a monster is special summoned, you can target it, destroy it, inflict damage equal to half. So we're going to go ahead and set some cards here because we have that Magician Souls. They're going to take it with their trap card here, Service Puppet Play. We're going to normal summon Magician Souls because it's that important for us. So normal summon Magician Souls, draw 2 cards here. Toy Soldier, Toy Tank are going to summon. We're going to grab that Quem. Activate Toy Tank to summon the Quem, send it to Cartesia. We're going to go into SP Little Knight. So I'm basically trying to like debate out this Gimmick Puppet pop because I don't want to do it when there's, or I don't want to do it on Verte. You know, I'm trying to get over it. And here I totally forget that their field spell makes it to where they can't be destroyed. So new strategy, we just go Typhon. This is why I like to have Typhon. He comes in handy here a lot. They couldn't activate their Gimmick Puppet there that pops because it was more than 3,000 attack. Typhon shuts that down. So now we're going to Schism them to summon Winda. And all their monsters are dark, so we're going to get to send something to the graveyard. We're going to send the Link. And they decided not to special summon. That Link was meant to special summon something, but they decided not to when they saw Winda. They go into Gigantodolls and realize they can't do anything here, so they scoop it up. But basically, we used our extra deck pretty thoroughly there besides Dragoon, so I was proud of that one because it's not every day we win duels without Dragoon. Alright, I lied. It's not the last duel. This is a bonus duel one time. For the one time, I'm going to show you guys me cooking going first. So we're not going second. This is a going first duel. I just had this one saved because it was kind of cool. We had an extra body, so we were able to do something cool with it. We have our Diviner and Toy Box combo here, which, as I mentioned earlier, we highlighted everything in our combo video. That is going to be in the description, as well as going to be linked above, so be sure to check that out. We go through everything pretty normally here, except this is where things get a little different. Instead of going Verte and then chaining Cartesia, we're actually going to go Verte, or we're going to go Cartesia with the IOC in hand and fuse into Grangilnol. Grangilnol will send the Apgalone. Apgalone is going to get the Schism. Now we have this Apprentice Illusion. I'm going to summon it. And we're going to link Apprentice and Grangilnol into IP Masquerena. We have Chicken Game here. We'll go Ref, go into Dragoon. We're going to use Chicken Game, draw a card. We'll use Baron to Dark Magician to pop it so my opponent cannot use it. Then we're going to draw 2 cards here off of the Soul Servant. So generating a lot of advantage. So basically what's different here, we have our Dragoon, we have our Window, we have our Baron. We have our Lulu or Grangular into Lulu, but we also have IP Masquerena and Predaplant here, which could go into an Appaloosa if you're playing it, or an SP Little Knight. So we're going up against Ritual Beast. I know they like to contact fuse with these two on the field. After they send this to send Laura, activate this one to send Laura. I'm going to negate it though. And we're going to go Winda. They're going to chain E-Telly here. And we're going to let that happen because I'm fine with them using their one special summon on that. They are going to try to Triple Tactics Talon me, and we are going to cross out Designator, so we don't even have to use our Baron to floor negate on that TTT, and they scoop it up. So we generated a ton of disruptions there. Alright, Habibi, so this is the deck list. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but like I said, I wanted to just highlight the going second cards that we added in. I think they've really elevated the deck, and I mean that. Super Poly and Dark Ruler No More, so we added in 5 board breakers. We did take out the droplets, but I feel like the Super Polys do more than enough. They do a really good job. And the only major changes there are those, as well as I will say I've cut Imperm to 1. You could play it at 2, but I feel like Imperm is a little bit less impactful in this particular meta, a little bit less. It's still a great card, obviously. And then we got Triple Tactics Talon, another board breaker. And I've been going back and forth between 2 and 3 Toy Soldiers. It's something to consider because I really like Toy Soldier as a normal summon. But other than that, guys, this is the deck list I've been rocking with. It's been doing pretty good, pretty much same as last year. Things are going to change. I believe it's this coming Thursday when the ban list drops. Tenpai is going to get nerfed, so we will see. The next video I'll be doing, guys, is going to be on some Mad Gate Dragoon stuff. I've kind of updated the deck a little bit there, and I think we've really elevated that one, so I'm looking forward to that video. If you guys aren't subbed to the channel, be sure to drop a sub. And if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, hit that like button. I'll leave the deck list in the description below. Peace and love, Habibis.